everyone. This is live number 2. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to try to be brief with this said update. Once again, happy Memorial Day weekend holiday to all of you if you celebrate. Please be safe. If you're going to imbibe, get a designated driver, spend the night, Uber, whichsoever, or stay home and celebrate the festivities. BRYAN C. KOHBERGER wants his trial delayed because of leaked evidence that made it to Dateline, infamous Dateline. So now let's ask the question, who leaked the evidence that he is complaining about? We know that Mr. Gonsalves has been a mouthpiece for this storyline due to the fact that his child was unalived alongside her best friend, Maddie, and 2 other friends, housemates and housemates' boyfriend, Xana, and Ethan. This is pissing me off. I've had a really rough week. I'll show myself like I got clothes on. I've had a really rough week talking about the Sean Puffy Combs trial, and I am just to the point where I have had just about all I can take with true crime and he said, she said, and everybody arguing about evidence and what ain't RICO Act, trafficking, sex trafficking, prostitution. Then we go way over here to the Pacific Northwest. We've got these people trying their best to get KOHBERGER off. Still, some stupid people out here believe this man is innocent when they have evidence linking him to the house, to the housemates, so on and so forth, video surveillance, and now a slap in the faces of 4 dead children, their relatives, friends, community. He wants to delay. His attorney, Miss Annie Taylor, has been paid a lot of money to defend him, has the audacity to take on another high-profile, I believe, or at least let's say, death penalty case. Is she the only damn person in the state that can try this case? These type of cases, obviously. Nobody else is qualified. Well, I know Utah's not a big state, but damn. I mean, Idaho, excuse me. See, I'm sleepy. Sorry about that. Idaho's not a big state, but my goodness, somebody needs to be trained. Because why would you take on another death penalty case when you're already trying a death penalty case? So what you going to do? Try to get that one off too? He didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. And BRYAN, he didn't do it either. She has tried everything in the books to get KOHBERGER off. Okay? Everything she could think of. It has not worked. As you see, the trial is going forward. Whether she's not ready, judge don't care. You had enough time, get it together. Like they said, hire more people, okay? There are people out here who need jobs. Shut your mouth. There are people out here that need jobs. So, Sugarfoot, hire somebody to do the damn job. Once again, this is a slap in the face to the deceased. Many people want this to go forward. But who's been leaking the evidence? Let's start there. Who's been leaking the evidence to the media, to the public, to Dateline? I've yet to watch that piece. On Dateline, I think I tried to upload it, I guess, probably a day after the show aired. I think I was trying to watch it on YouTube. You have to give it a while before it goes into the queue. And I really would like to watch the piece because now there is this nonsense with him wanting to delay his trial. I think he wants to delay the trial because he knows, number one, he's guilty. He's facing the inevitable of being found guilty and also facing the death penalty, which is possibility of the firing squad. And I'm sure the thought of him dying early in life, also, once again, being found guilty, dying early, being shot to death by numerous bullets, has freaked him out. But it is what it is. I don't think there's no glamorous way to go when it's by the hands of another man. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whether it's gas chamber, firing squad, you get a needle which causes you to suffocate, asphyxiate, and I think we all know what it's like to lose our breath, choke on a piece of meat or a potato chip or soda pop. It ain't a good feeling. Water goes down your nose when you're taking a shower or you're in a swimming pool. Not a good feeling. Water going in your nose, that's a terrible sensation. So now imagine asphyxiating. Shut your mouth. But guess what? You chose this by going in that house, breaking and entering, butchering those kids. Okay? You chose that. Nobody told you to be stalking those kids whichever female you were stalking. Nobody told you to go over there all those numerous times you went over there. And then on that fateful morning, make your way into that house. You chose that. That's your fate. That has nothing to do with anybody walking around. You did that, Mr. Kohlberger. I do believe you're guilty, and I think you just don't want to face the music, so you want to drag this out. You're already in solitude at the current jail. They moved it to a whole nother jurisdiction, which they should not have done. As I said, Idaho's a small state. I doubt that there's somebody walking around saying, oh, I never heard of this case before. Come on, stop this nonsense. Idaho's too small for somebody to even say they've never heard of this case. I don't care if you don't watch the news, you don't have cable. You have heard of the slayings of those 4 students. Stop it. Just stop it. Hello, Dan. How are you? This is just ridiculous, and it's so disrespectful because these kids deserve justice. Their parents, family members, friends, the school, the community, they deserve peace. And peace is getting on with the case, getting a resolution to where people can stop focusing and talking about BRYAN KOHBERGER, which we know people are going to continue talking about him because this was an infamous case pertaining to brutal slayings of 4 students, young people, 4 people who were minding their business, doing their thing, trying to live. And I think we all take for granted walking about this earth. So my message today, before I check out here, as you know, I always give one at the end of the live. Be careful of the company you keep. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of what you post to social media, because 9 times out of 10, that is how he found his targets. It's through social media. You know, you get suggestions on IG, Facebook. They tell you who's on. Even IG tells you who's on now. Oh, such and such is on it. And you don't even have to be friends with that person on Facebook or IG, but they let you know who's now new to IG. Well, thank you for that update. Great news. Something to give the stalkers and predators somebody new to look at and try to figure out where the hell they can find them. Thank you. No, thank you. But the point is, we have sick people out here who are not well equipped. They do not know how to navigate successfully by dealing with other human beings. They do not know how to talk to other human beings. They do not know how to conversate in a diplomatic fashion without being overbearing, creepy. It is what it is. So you have to be careful talking to people, even sharing information, talking loud, especially you young people. You stay on your phones 24/7. I noticed that. You know, I always go by the University of Tennessee on my ventures after the week, and these kids are walking to and from class, and they're just standing at the curb, you know, looking in their phones, and it's just like everybody is walking with a backpack and a phone in their hand. You rarely see a student walking hand free with nothing. They always have that phone. It's either marching beside them or walking and talking with a friend, looking at the phone, holding the phone, and you're thinking to yourself, damn, are you even studying when you're in class? I'm just saying. Gotta stop that. Give the phone a break. As my daddy used to say, God rest his soul, he used to come to Tennessee. That tree will still be there when you get back. It ain't going nowhere. Basically saying, find something else to do besides hanging in the same place, hanging under the same tree. Exactly. So your phone, it ain't going nowhere. You can look at it later when you are not mobile, not walking, not driving. The phone will be there later. Seriously though, you have to be very careful what you post. You have to be careful just being on social media because, one, you don't know what people are doing with your information, the things you share, your videos, your pictures. Anybody can take a photo and do God knows what with your photo. And like I said, we take life for granted. And now with social media being just the hype and the apps to do this, to do that, to game, to date, you really have no idea what people are doing with your photographs, the information they can be putting out that's false and fraudulent. You don't have any idea. So you have to be careful, even having an open Facebook, um, IG page, TikTok, all of that. All those apps can be hacked. Anybody can be pretending to be you. Same thing with the Cash App. A lot of people don't even like using the Cash App, but I don't have a problem with it because, like I said, you can put that lever on. Nobody can request money, so they can keep down scheme scam. And not to just send people money that you don't know anything about. Forwarding money to strangers, whether it be on a date site or on the Cash App or PayPal. You just have to use your head. If it don't sound right, it probably is not right. So don't send strangers money. Don't send strangers personal information about where you live, where you stay. Always video chat with people who reach out to you either through your phone, through direct calling you. Always verify who they are. And they always tell you, don't even answer to your name when you pick up a phone from an unknown number. And sometimes don't even answer the phone from an unknown number. You don't know anybody in a 312 area code or 615 or 865. Don't answer it. And I get it. Anything can happen to somebody's phone where they use somebody else's phone, but wait to see if they send you a voicemail. Because this is what I always say about dialing people directly. If it's important, it's dire, they'll leave a message. They'll leave a voicemail. They'll text you. And we live in a world where that's all people know how to do is text. They'll text you. Hey, my car's broke down. I had to use somebody's phone. Hey, I dropped my phone. I broke my phone. I'm using somebody's phone. It's Millie. Call this number back ASAP. See where I'm going? Okay. Prayers to the victims' families. Prayers to the University of Idaho, the community. Prayers to this location where the trial will be held. And prayers that this trial does not get delayed. And I think the judge told them a few weeks ago, this trial is going forward. So stop bitching and moaning about every piece of evidence you want thrown out, Annie Taylor, that you don't want. You act like you don't even want to try the case. That's what it sounds like to me. You took it on. You realize it's too much work. You want to be the head knocker. You want to look at every piece of evidence. You don't trust your subordinates to do the job. And now you're going into court bitching and moaning about, well, I need time and I need to look at everything. You're like a little hoarder. You got to go through every piece of garbage, piece of paper, ball of yarn. I said that. And I'm saying this too to my little friends out there that watch me, knowing you need to house clean spring, summer. It's that time. Throw away all that junk from your attic, garage, your shed, your car, your trunk, spare bedroom. You hoard it up, get rid of that shit. Don't leave that stuff for somebody else to have to go through. Just throwing that in here too. But you get what I'm saying. That's how Annie Taylor acts. She acts like a vindictive hoarder. You've seen the hoarding shows where they got to go through every piece of paper, go through every box. Oh, I need that. Oh, I got that in the 12th grade. You're 80. Queen's sleepy and she's hungry. This is why I'm all messed up. My sleep, my eating habits is messed up. Talking about Puff Daddy is driving me crazy. I'm so glad that there will not be no court tomorrow. It's like Christmas to Queen. Thank you. I'm tired of talking about him. Especially after the latest, knowing Cassie gave Sean Kid Cudi's address. I don't feel nothing for her. There's a way of doing things. I get it. I'm young. I've made mistakes. Make mistakes still today. I'm 54. But I have never given a man another man's address, telephone number, his personal information, where he worked, things like that, because shit wasn't going my way with him. And then how crazy to do that, and you still have feelings for him, and in the end, not even weeks later, Kid Cudi dropped her after spending time with her up in Connecticut, and she was right back with Puffy. See where I'm going? And he gave her mom her money back too, that $20,000. They really were tit for tat. And some may not want to hear that. But after today's testimony, it puts Cassie in a whole new light. Because there are a lot of people who feel like, she put herself in a situation, she had free will. She even testified that she had free will at times. But knowing that she threw Kid Cudi under the bus when he was looking out for her, You called this man in the AM. He knows, he found out. He puts her up in a hotel or gets her a hotel, however that worked. He was looking out for her. And little did he know, that wench gave his address to Sean. And I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to check out of here. Knowing all that now, I believe she was only with Alex, jumped in with Alex, married Alex. Perhaps he was the only one showing her attention, wanted to continue dating her, knowing she was still wrapped up with Sean. I don't care what nobody says. I believe she was still jumping the fence between the two, late summer, fall of 2018. And the only reason why she kept dating Alex is because of what Sean said at Kim Porter's funeral. She's my soulmate. And she admitted that in court. That's when she was done with Puffy. So what message are you sending to the universe, my dear? And to Mr. Alex, your current husband? I still would be probably involved with him. Going back and forth, sleeping with him, you and whoever else, Pookie, Ray Ray, Bubba, Punisher, Little Punisher. I said that. Oh, I cut him off when he said that about Kim Porter. She's his soulmate. I've been your punching bag and your sex partner and your freak off and your puppet for 11 years, and this dead woman is your soulmate? That was a blow to her spirit. Slap in her face. So I think she settled for Alex because he was there at the time. And many people do it. We all have probably done it. You know what I mean, ladies. You really care for somebody who don't mean you no good. You're not talking to them. They're not talking to you, whatever. They've moved on. They act like they don't care. You still sometimes call, message, whatever, or accept the message from them, but they still don't follow through. And then you go talk to Peter, Paul, Dick, whomever, but you're still thinking about that person. May not call them, might not deal with them, but you go on with the next. Or you're still pounding over this person, but you go on with the next. I do believe that's what happened with Mr. Alex Fine. And Mr. Alex Fine, I don't mean any disrespect to you, but I'm queen and I keep it real. And I'm a woman and I can speak as being a woman who has lived and still, look, got her own demons. I think she settled for you, sir. I think you were there at the moment. You were comfort to her. You were somebody easy on the eye, somebody that was nice, somebody she had fun with, did things with. You were easy. You were easy. And I'm sure the things you heard in court were devastating to you because perhaps Cassie did not tell you everything. And the one thing I have said in my commentary in the past 2 weeks, I as a woman would not have told you everything because that's my business. Just like there are things you probably have done you have not told Cassie about. Checkmate. Because we're all human, okay? We're all human. But there are just certain things that was done between Cassie, these men, and Sean are things you take to the grave. You don't tell your friend. You don't tell your enemy. You don't tell your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your children. You see where I'm going? You take that shit to the grave. Because what I've heard today off of Law and Crime Court TV, I still got my eyebrows. Shut your mouth. Sean dressing up in a Muslim women's outfit. Are you serious? Do you know how disrespectful that is to the Muslim faith? He's dressed in a woman's Muslim dressing during a freak off. So you think he wasn't wearing them high heels that they confiscated in Miami last year? Those are big size shoes. I believe they were for Sean. And hearing this from the Punisher, the escort / stripper / whichsoever, I said, hell yeah. Sean was dressing in them damn high heels. I bet you he was dressing in lingerie. I bet you he was dressing for the men, the women. I won't doubt that he's a cross-dresser. I put money on it. Because if you zoom in on those photographs of those shoes, they are a large size. And it's not to say, a woman who don't have a big foot. You're tall, you're going to have a bigger size shoes. Common sense. But my spirit said, them shoes don't belong to no tall lady. Them shoes were for Sean. Sean put them damn shoes on. Now, I could be wrong, but I like poking fun. So I'm going to go out and say Sean was wearing them. Shoes had sex toys, vibrators, handcuffs, a rope was in one of those shoe boxes. What you gonna do with that rope? Oh, so now we into that, tying folks up, S&M and all that. Now, we never heard it during the freak-offs that anybody got tied up to the bed, a bedpost. But that was a rope I saw in the shoe box. Zoom into the picture. That's a rope in one of them shoe boxes. And them shoes are looking awfully large. So I believe homeboy was into cross-dressing and putting on shoes. Can you imagine Sean, a tall man, walking around in stilettos? I'm a big girl and I ain't walking in no stilettos, honey. My legs and knees are bad. I can't even barely wear a wedge. And Queen ain't never worn no stiletto. I wore a little skinny heel back in the day. You ain't about to catch me in a skinny heel. Not today, not tomorrow. And I don't want them on my feet in the casket. Shut your mouth. They don't put shoes on you in the casket. No way. I'm just saying. Sean was into a lot of stuff. And once again, that's his preference. But abusing people, manipulating, defrauding, bribery, blackmail, physical abuse, lying on people, threatening, videos, pictures, it's against the law. And if these people had gone to the police, take their conversations a long time ago, hired them a high-powered attorney, we probably wouldn't be talking about Sean Combs right now because he would have went down a long time ago. He would have gone down a long time ago. This is why when you're dealing with someone of Sean's caliber, meaning money, you always tape everything. The way they treat you, the way they talk to you, they hit you, the text messages, keep a database, keep a record, and then you go get your lawyer. People have been doing it. Especially if it's physical abuse. Hell yeah, I would sue. I would sue. Sue you for damages, whatever. Keep it moving. But 11 years later, probably not. That's why I said, if you're not going to sue right after the abuse, you can wait 11 years. 11 years, you should be able to forget about a person. And obviously she couldn't for some sick reason. But like I said, what I heard in court from Kid Cudi, that she gave his address to Sean, that's some low down shit. She played both of them. She played Kid Cudi. And in my hearts of hearts, I feel she set him up. He could have been hurt, harmed. His car got blown up. Weeks later, in January, house broke into. Sean was in his house, rambling with his stuff, opening up gifts. They put the dog in the, the dog in the bathroom or another room. And the dog was acting strange thereafter. They probably were punching the dog, doing nasty stuff. And the fact that you were breaking into somebody's house, not even knowing that they've got an alarm system, security cameras. He had security cameras outside. They said they moved them. I don't understand why nobody was arrested, why nobody was tracked. Cars coming to the address. The Porsche was parked in the driveway. Nobody saw that. Nobody had security cameras. LA, houses cost a lot of money. Ain't nobody got security cameras in the neighborhood. Back then, come on now. It's good shit. And see, I don't even know if he told the police he thought Sean did it. Or did he say, oh, I know who did it, but he didn't tell the police. But they said he filed a report. And naturally, if he filed a report, won't the police detective say, well, who do you think did this? Sean did that because the timing is too close. And there's a witness who called Kid Cudi to say, I'm over at your house with Sean. You got her emails and text messages to Kid Cudi. Hey, he found out. Hey, I'm scared. Woo, woo, woo. You got him taking her to a hotel, checking her in. All that's coinciding with the timeline of his house being broken into, and weeks later, the car blowing up. And yet, Puffy's been free all this time. It's time for him to go down. Bottom line, like I've been saying, the universe has to get it back one way or the other. So whether you believe in God, Allah, whatever your preferences are, the universe has to get it back. It's called retribution. And also God's wrath, because he will take care of everything in his own time. Same thing with this KOHBERGER case. He can prolong this as long as he wants. But in the end, BRYAN has to pay the piper for what he did to those 4 kids, because they did not deserve that. And frankly, we would say that about any human being, except for some dirty MF that's done something to some children or elderly or disabled. And most of us probably wouldn't care. But you understand what I'm saying. Those kids were minding their business, trying to live their best life, and they were snuffed out brutally. It's time for BRYAN to stand account. So all these tactics and antics that Miss Taylor and her team is pulling, it's not going to work, because the judge has told them this trial is going forward. Now, the problem is going to be, will the judge agree about the evidence being leaked and not allowing it to be at the trial? Because if it's pertinent, we need that evidence. We need the evidence. As I said, I have not watched the show. I'm going to try to see if I can find it some type of way, because I don't know if YouTube's uploaded yet. But I would hope and pray that whatever was said in that Dateline piece, it will not affect the trial. It will not have it delayed, and it will be introduced into the trial. Although I feel like they have a lot on KOHBERGER. Who leaked it? Was it Mr. Gonsalves' commentary in the Dateline piece and other news interviews? Or somebody else has been talking related to the case? Will the judge find out who did it? And also, will he reprimand the person who leaked the said information? Is it all from one source or different sources? Thank you for your time. Happy holiday, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Please be safe. God bless all of you. Thank you for your kind words and prayers. And once again, if you did not watch the lives content from earlier, I will be going forward with the surgery. The surgeon will contact me in a couple of weeks to set up a date, but I'm going to be going ahead and getting the left side of my thyroid removed. And that way I will have both sides gone, done with it. So I'm not worrying about the big C. She can kiss my you-know-what, because I lost my grandmother to a certain form of cancer, and also my mother to breast cancer, stage 4 metastatic. And she was lethal because she spread. It was my father's mother who also died of cancer. So I have cancer on both sides. So I'm not going to play around with anything. And nobody's going back in my neck with more needles to draw cells out, because you should have been able to get them out 2 weeks ago. You didn't get it then? Oh, well. I told the surgeon, hey, let's set a date. So I got a date with an anesthesiologist and a female surgeon. Shut your mouth. God is good. God has favored me, as someone in the chat said, and yes, he has. And I thank you all for the love. Kind words. Thank you, Miss Sue Lawson, my friend from Illinois. And I'll talk to you guys later. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $BigAngie129 Cash App, stickers and chats, always welcome during the live. Follow me on the Newsbreak app, where I've got 2 videos that uploaded, one by mistake. The second one I did by mistake. Well, I did it on purpose because I thought the first one didn't go through, but it did because my app was acting up. But anyway, it's going to be 2 videos up, basically rehashing the same information, but I'm going to leave them up. Hey, more views, don't care. I want to thank the people from Newsbreak who have followed me over here to YouTube. Thank you so much for your support. It's a hard network to navigate, because you have to get 1 million views per video post in order to be monetized. I have yet to get to 100,000 on one video. I've got like maybe near 40,000 on one video or so. My Garth Brooks video has a lot of views from last year. But it is what it is. Thank you all so much for your time. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. You have been listening to the Vault XL. Prayers for the Idaho 4 Prayers for these children. They deserve justice, and they're going to get it. And I pray it comes in August. Amen. Thank you for your time. You've been listening to The Bought Excel. See you later.